Hello everybody, it's Jess here with Less Jess. Thank you so much for watching. It is so good to actually sit down and talk to you guys. It's been a little while since I've filmed. I know you guys have been like on a little bit of a delay, so you've seen me in the last few days, but welcome. I wanted to tell you guys all about the fun thing I told you was coming, and then I left y'all hanging, and I'm sure some of you have guessed it, and you've definitely seen it since the thumbnail, but my best friend Jen got to come visit. It has been a long time coming. She hasn't come to see me in 2 years, so she never has got to, meet Mark, and she was planning on coming in 2020, and we all know what happened with that. And so I was so excited that she got to come. I was planning on vlogging every day and all this stuff, but honestly, like, we just hung out and I didn't film a whole lot, but I did want to share the footage that we do have and kind of tell you guys what's been going on. So I'm going to kind of, as I talk, sprinkle in footage of when she was here. There's more videos coming with her. That's all I'm going to say. You guys make sure you're subscribed so you get notifications. And if you've seen videos with her in the past, you probably have an idea of what those videos coming are. But let's take you into the footage of the day I picked her up. So let's roll that. Daily vlog. Today is gonna be really exciting. I debated trying to make this a surprise for you guys or just telling you outright, but I knew as soon as I told y'all, at least most of y'all, that I was going to the airport, y'all would know that Jen is coming. My BFF from Texas is flying in. I am so excited. So she was planning on coming in 2020 after I had Mark to meet him and hang out with us, but 2020, y'all know what happened there, and so she hasn't been able to come in a couple years, and we're gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be the best. I did get to see her in, what month was that? March? Yeah, for her birthday, March. It was like a crazy time. I was only there for a couple of days to see her for her birthday right before we moved here. So I have seen her this year, but she hasn't been to see us where we live now. She hasn't met Mark, and we haven't had girl time in a long time. So we are so excited. I am so excited to go pick her up. So it is now 10:30. I'm leaving a little bit early because I need to run some stuff to Goodwill before I head out of town. I told y'all in the last couple vlogs, I've been going through winter clothes, finding stuff that fits or doesn't fit the kids, and then hanging up the stuff that fits and switching out their wardrobe for the season. But there's a lot of stuff they've outgrown, so I went ahead and started some Goodwill bags. We have 2 full Goodwill bags of clothes. I used to do consignment sales and sell them and make money and stuff, but I don't really know of any place around here that does it. And I know I could do like Facebook Marketplace, whatever. That just takes so much time. So I'm just donating it, and hopefully somebody will find it that needs it because they're all really great clothes. So anyway, I need to do that, and then I'm going to pick her up in Louisville. That's about a little over, right at an hour from us, maybe a little bit over an hour. I've never been to that airport, but it can't be that hard to figure out. So I should get there. Her plane gets in at like 2:25, I think. So I should get there in plenty of time to park and go in and give her a big hug and not have to like circle in the, waiting lot. I don't even know if they have a cell phone waiting lot or whatever. I'm not sure. I've never been there, but we're going to figure it out together. David's at home with the kids, and so we're going to definitely stop and get Starbucks after I get her. That's our thing. And we live now in a place with no Starbucks, so I'll have to take her to some of our local coffee shops that are really, really good, but they're not the same as Starbucks. And I'm so excited to get me some pumpkin cream cold brew or something really delicious. So I'm going to hit the road. I've got my Crime Weekly. That's my new favorite podcast, y'all. Oh, and I actually watched the YouTube one, but there's a bunch of episodes that they filmed or recorded before they started doing it on YouTube, but it's one of my favorite duos that does true crime. It's Stephanie Harlow. Y'all, if you have not watched her channel, I love her channel for true crime. She's amazing. I feel like she is very detailed in her information, and she spends a lot of time, you can tell, on it. And then Derek Levasseur from Big Brother, just like David's favorite player of all time. He's one of my favorites too. They both do Crime Weekly, and so good. It literally is so good. Right now they're in the middle of Lacey Peterson. I think they're like on episode 4 now of her. But I've already listened to all of those. But I'm going back and doing some Spotify of them. Anyway, that was a long explanation to tell you I'm going to listen to my true crime on the drive up there. I'm just excited. Like, this could be such a great day. I get to spend like an hour in the car by myself without kids, listening to whatever I want to listen to. And then I get to pick up my best friend. David's watching the kids. It's just a great day. So I was hoping the weather would be a little more fall-y for her, because she told me she wanted to come in October, and I was like, yes, it's going to be like perfect. It's going to be fall. Well, it's not. It's not fall. Our leaves are slightly turning colors, slightly, and it's still like really hot. So anyway, we'll still have fun. I know we will. My battery's about to die. Okay, I've got to run in and get a new battery, because that's not going to work. Okay, I'll be right back. And I'm going to get on the road. Okay, so I ran in, I got a new battery, so we should be good to go. Poor David, it is chaos in there. Mark's screaming. Anyway, we're leaving. Let me go get Jen. I'm here, you guys. I'm waiting on Jen. She should be down the escalator any moment. So, keep watching. I'm going to turn the camera around and get her coming down. Yay! You made it! That's like perfect timing. I just got here. Oh! Yeah, you're here! And you just
Great, that's great. Have you ever like, how do I explain it?
It's like a cramp, or did you hit it on the
Kind of
elevator?
like a cramp, but like, I don't know, like a stone bruise on your finger and it's like in your foot.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys saw her getting off the escalator. I think she had like a foot cramp or something. That's what happened at the end of that escalator. But it was so good to see her. So after we picked her up, or after I picked her up in Louisville, which is about an hour from where we live, a little over an hour. So we had fun on the drive home. We stopped and got Starbucks, which I didn't vlog or even take a picture of. I totally failed, but we just had so much fun catching up and stuff. We went to Starbucks. I got to have my pumpkin cream cold brew, which is my favorite thing ever. And then we also stopped for lunch. There's this place local to us called the Red Pepper Deli, and they had one there in the little town we stopped before we got back into Indiana. It was in Kentucky. We stopped and had a lovely lunch together, drove home, got to see the kids, and that whole night we just like hung out and chatted and played with the kids and just caught up, because, you know, I mean, we've stayed in touch, we text and stuff like that, but it's just different like being in person, you know, so we really enjoyed it. I tried to get footage of her seeing Mark, but the dog was barking, my camera was messing up, he was being all shy, so I got zero footage. Total fail. Mark was so funny, like as soon as he saw her, he did what he always does with new people, he just like bashfully hid his face, but it didn't take him long to warm up. So that night I think we like got takeout and we just hung out. We watched, our favorite thing to do together with David is to watch like funny news bloopers, and we watched that and just stayed up talking. And then the next day was church, so she got to go to church with us and I got to show her around. I'm sorry if you guys hear any weird background noise. I'm sitting in my office and the laundry is right outside and I'm washing clothes. Actually, I'm washing sheets. And I know it's probably loud because I can hear it very loud. She got to go to church with us, see our church. We stayed in like for worship, and then Nate was not having any more of it. So we got to go to the children's church and they were doing big bouncy house jump things for a prize they won. So we got to hang out and watch the kids jump and stuff. And then when church was over, we took her and ate lunch and spent the rest of the day. Actually, Sunday was like game day, I guess. We played Sorry with Lucy, and then we started a 1,000-piece puzzle. So I think I have a clip of us, I don't know, this maybe, I don't know if it's that Sunday or Monday morning, it may be more put together. We started on Sunday. We started on Sunday afternoon putting this puzzle together around probably 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We worked on it off and on all night into the late night. You all know how it is, like if you start a puzzle, you're like, I can't stop. My battery light is flashing. That is not good. I'm gonna have to go get another battery shortly. So we started working on a puzzle. It was a really hard one, 1,000 pieces of like these hot air balloons. So we worked on that all night on Sunday, and then Monday we got up and we finished it. We finished it by like 10 o'clock in the morning. It was crazy. We put it together so fast. We probably worked on it. We were trying to decide. I bet like 7 hours or more total, like the three of us working on it, all combined. And then that Monday we ended up going downtown. Okay, I went and got a new battery. We went downtown because David had Mark, and so it was like the only day we had like completely child free. And so I took her downtown and we walked for a couple hours on the looked in little shops and got coffee down there at one of the local coffee places. And there I tried what was it, pumpkin coffee with sweet cream. It was really good. It was super good. So it's good to know they have like a kind of similar thing that I like at Starbucks at our local coffee shop. Then after we walked around for a couple hours, we ate lunch down there at a place called the Red Pepperoni, which is a pizza place. We hung out, we ate pizza, and then we did some more shopping, and then we had to go to Walmart. And it's just fun. Like, you know, when you're with your best friend, it's just really fun just being together doing anything. It doesn't have to be super exciting. So while we were at Walmart, she was telling me, so I don't remember how it came into conversation, but she was telling me about how she really likes this one restaurant because her dad is from Chicago. She really likes Chicago food. We're not too far from Chicago, like 200 miles or something. I don't know, 200 and something miles. And so we were talking about it, and she was talking about how she really liked a restaurant called Portillo's. And I was like, Jen, that is the restaurant I've been trying to tell you that me and David ate at when we moved here. We went to IKEA. I don't remember if I ever showed you the vlog from that day. I did vlog, but then it got crazy because it was the day we signed and like bought the house, like that we closed on our house. But we stopped at IKEA early in the morning, and it's about 2 hours from here, the one we went to. And after we were leaving IKEA, we were trying to find some lunch, and right next to the IKEA was this place called Portillo's. We knew nothing about what it was, except it looked like an interesting place to eat, and it was literally right next door to IKEA. That's why we chose it. And it was so good. And I remember when we walked in, I saw something about our famous chocolate cake shake, and I remembered seeing on the Food Network about this restaurant that has a cake shake where they take a piece of chocolate cake and they blend it in with their milkshake. And I was like, David, I remember seeing about this place on the Food Network. And so we got our food, we tried the cake shake. It was very, very sweet. And I just never remember to text Jen about it. Like, this was, you know, back in April. We closed our house in April. No, March, the last day of March, which is funny because that was actually Jen's almost her birthday. Anyway, that doesn't matter. It was the day after her birthday that we closed in our house, and I meant to text her about this place that we went to because I knew it was Chicago food. They have like Italian beef sandwiches, Chicago dogs, all this stuff. And I just forgot to text her about it, and then I couldn't remember the name of it later on. So when she said she loved Portillo's, I was like, that's the name of the place I've been trying to remember. I don't even know if that story made sense to y'all right now, just now, but that's what happened. So she's like, y'all have one of those in Indiana? And I'm like, yes. And so the closest one was about an hour and a half from us. And so we decided on Tuesday we were going to do like a road trip. We were going to go down to, it's near Indianapolis, and we were going to eat lunch. And Jen was so excited. And so we did that. We got up like as soon as the kids left for school. We got ready, got Mark in the car, and we went on a road trip. It was so much fun. We chatted the whole way, you know, and we ate lunch there. It was delicious. I really like, this is what I had last time, so I got the same thing. I like their chili cheese dog. It was super good. And their fries are really good. Mark loved their fries, and she had her sandwich. It was delicious. We got there pretty early. We were the only people in the restaurant, like right when they opened. And I even got to go stop by an Aldi before we went to Portillo's because our Aldi's officially shut down. So I was hoping to find like some fall stuff, but we went on a Tuesday. I was hoping, you know, they would have more stuff. I know they released new stuff on Wednesday. So they didn't have too much, but we did get a few things. I got a big, massive thing of toilet paper. That's like the best deal at Aldi. I got some chocolate covered pretzels with the toffee. I've been looking for those, and I haven't been able to find them. So those are really good, by the way. If you see the milk chocolate with toffee, I don't know if they're just released for the fall or what, but they're really, really good. So I got those. I got some more of my harvest bagels for the freezer. I only got 3 more, so I don't want to go too crazy, but I have now like 4 or 5 bagel packs in my freezer, but they're my favorite, and they won't have them after the fall. We did that. Let's see if I got anything else. Oh, they had Honeycrisp apples on sale, so I got some of those. Then we went and ate at Portillo's, and then we pretty much had to drive right back home because I was trying to get back in time for, you know, to be here for the kids and everything. Well, I had to be back here for the kids. So we came back home, and then that night, we ended up doing some videos for YouTube. So that whole night was filming and stuff, which is always really fun with Jen. She's a great sport. I know like some of my friends I have probably would not want to be filmed, but Jen's always been like so cool about it, and she's so much fun. So we did that, and then Wednesday that was Tuesday. No, we filmed on Monday night. Okay, sorry, I got my whole timetable messed up. We filmed on Monday night. So Monday night we came home, we filmed everything with David. Tuesday is when we went down to Indianapolis to Portillo's, and we had that fun. And then that night, David does like this podcast thing, so he was busy doing that. And so we decided to have like a girls' movie night. And so we popped popcorn and we ate some of our leftover pizza from the day before. And we watched The Starling on Netflix. We thought it was going to be like a very like comedic, lighthearted movie. It was a good movie. It was not like we thought. It was definitely not like we thought. So we enjoyed it, but then we ended up also watching, I don't remember the name of it, Coming Home? That can't be right. It's a movie with Reese Witherspoon, and we had never seen it. And we really like Reese Witherspoon, so we watched it. It's on Netflix. I will put the name of the movie in here somewhere because I don't remember. I'm thinking it's Coming Home, but I'm like, that doesn't really make sense, but maybe it is. I don't know. We watched that, and then by the time all that was over, it was really late, and the next day was Wednesday. That's the day that she was flying back to Texas. So sad. I want to say like Tuesday night, I kind of felt like something was going on with Nate. He woke up a couple times in the night, which is not abnormal for him. So y'all know Nate has autism. His sleep is all over the place. For him to have like a weird night of sleep is not that unusual, honestly. Mark was kind of fussing in the night. It was just kind of a rough night. So we woke up on Wednesday. Nate was just acting really tired, and I'm thinking he was up a lot in the night. You know, he's probably just tired. But as I'm sending him to school, I'm thinking, I hope he's not getting sick. He didn't have any symptoms. He didn't have a fever. He didn't have any, you know, throwing up, diarrhea, all the stuff you look for. So I'm like, I'm going to send him to school. But I hope, it was like one of those nights, you ever sent your kids to school and you're like, I just feel like there's something going on. But with Nate's autism, it could be anything. It could be that he stayed up and talked in his bed for hours, and, you know, so I sent him to school, and me and Jen and Mark left to take her back to the airport. It was going to be like, again, a little over an hour drive. And we get within a few miles of the airport, and she had to be dropped off at like 11. So it's around 11. So Nate had been in school for a couple hours, 3 hours or so. And I had got a text from his teacher like right before we left the house around 9:30, and she was like, you know, Nate's acting really tired. And I told her, I was like, yes, he was up a lot in the night. I don't know, it's just one of those days. And so she was like, okay. Anyway, I get a call from the school around the time I'm dropping Jen off at the airport, and they're saying that he's having a little bit, not diarrhea, but just a little bit, and this is total mom life here, so I'm sorry if this is gross, but he's having a little bit of a loose stool, not diarrhea, but just he seems like something's off. He doesn't have a fever or anything, but he's just acting really tired, and maybe you should come get him. And so I asked her on the phone, I was like, yeah, absolutely. And so I knew I was going to have to get David because I'm an hour away to go get him, and I was like, you know, do we need to like, because I know right now if your kid is sick, right now, you can't just take them back to school without a COVID test, like, because anything could be COVID. They're being really careful. So I said, you know, do I need to get him tested for COVID or if he feels okay, can he come back to school tomorrow? And the nurse told me that as long as he started feeling fine and there wasn't any more symptoms, he could come back to school tomorrow. But if he had to miss tomorrow, which was now Thursday, if he had to miss Thursday, then I would have to get him COVID tested before he could come back. And so I was like, okay. So I drive home. By the time I get home, Nate is like in the bed. Like David's brought him home. He is in the bed, like not watching TV, not on his device. He is in the bed. If you know Nate, and I think a lot of you do because you watch our vlogs, that is abnormal. That is very abnormal for him. And so I watched him for a few hours and he started running low-grade fever. And so at this point, I'm like, yeah, he can't go to school tomorrow, so I'm going to have to get him tested. And I kind of wanted to take him to the pediatrician because I thought, well, if it's not COVID, maybe they'll give him a look over and make sure it's not, his ears or strep or whatever. Although he had no other symptoms, like he did not have a stuffy nose or congestion, or he wasn't complaining of his throat hurting or anything. So I called the pediatrician and they said they had nothing available for that day. And nothing really available the next day. She's like, if you really, if he's still sick tomorrow and you want him seen, we can try to work you in or something. So I just hung up with them and I was trying to decide what to do. I decided to go ahead and just go. We have a walk-in COVID test place. It's the same place I took him last time. If y'all remember that whole saga of getting him tested before. So I made an appointment there. You can walk in, but if you make an appointment, you don't have to wait as long, which is key for Nate. Remember, we have autism on board. So this whole thing, for a regular, I hate using that word, but typical kid, maybe it would not be that bad. Nate can't tell me things. I'm asking him what hurts, and he has a very hard time telling. He finally tells me it's his stomach that hurts. So anyway, I can't explain. I'm trying to explain to him, we're going to have to go get your nose swabbed, and we're showing him that. And he's, saying no. He doesn't even want to get out of the bed to go. But anyway, I take him into the place. This is going to be a whole Sunday chat, this whole experience, because honestly, it was a really bad day for me. And I know I show a lot of positivity with autism, and I think that's 100% amazing. But I do think sometimes it feels like we don't struggle because I don't show the struggle. And so you can think, well, that's great that Nate does so well. I wish my autistic kid would do that well. No, he doesn't always. I just don't show that. And I won't show him in a negative light, but I will show myself in a negative place, and we'll chat about those hard feelings, because I don't want you to think this is all rainbows and sunshines and we don't have struggles, because we do. It was a full crazy pants experience at the COVID testing place. Full on, it was a nightmare. I left and burst into tears. It was one of those, and I'll tell you guys about it later because I don't want to start crying right now. We're moving on from that. So anyway, we get him tested for COVID. We're all sweating by the time it's done because he put up a fight. And they text me the results about an hour later and it was negative. So, which I kind of figured it wasn't COVID. It seems like a classic stomach virus kind of thing, because he was having more diarrhea symptoms and stuff. So at this point, his fever is around 99 to 100, and I'm I need to get him, because he was just miserable. I need to get him in some Tylenol, which is, again, is a whole nother thing with Nate. He won't just take it. And I know you don't have to give kids Tylenol for fever, but I just felt he would rest better because he was just miserable. And so I took him back home after we found out the test was, we were at home when we found the test was negative. I went to Walmart and got some Gatorade, all the stuff you get when you're sick. Some crackers, Gatorade, Sprite. I got some Tylenol, and I also found these dissolve packs. They're basically just powder that you can just sprinkle in your kid's mouth. It's flavored, so it's not gonna taste disgusting. I tasted it because I wanted to see what it tastes like. It didn't taste like much. Like a pixie stick, but not as sweet. That's a little bit of a medicine-y taste, but not bad. But I thought I could put those like in something and get him to take it. And I did. He did take it the first time. I put it in some yogurt, just like we do his ADHD medicine. I give it to him every day. So he's kind of used to that. He took it. His fever came down, but we're still having the diarrhea. He ended up wanting to eat. I know this is a very deep dive on Nate's sickness, but I like talking to you guys about this stuff. We're just like breaking it down. I ended up feeding him because I wasn't planning on feeding him because I'm like, he doesn't probably need to eat tonight, you know. But I had made some mac and cheese for Mark and he said he wanted some. And I was like, okay, you know, like if you feel like eating, you know. So he ate and he kept it down and we hadn't had, you know, any issues. And I thought, well, maybe he's like turned a corner. He puts himself to bed at 7:15, like in the bed asleep. Like that has never happened before, except when he had the flu. So I'm getting really nervous at this point. Around 9, he wakes up with more diarrhea and he's in his bed going, oh no, oh no, oh no. This is after like he's gone to the bathroom. I put him back to bed and he's just laying in there, keeps saying, oh no, oh no. I go fill him, he feels warm again, and I'm thinking, you know, I wonder if I give him some Tylenol, more Tylenol, because it's already worn off at this point. Maybe he'll be able to rest better. And I mix, you know, put some more of that powder in the yogurt and make him take it. Y'all, he did not want to. It just should have been a clue to me, but I'm just thinking, like, you will feel better if you get this in him. So I make him take it. Like, he finally took it. I was like, please, buddy, you have to. And so he took it, and immediately, as soon as he swallowed it, he goes, I think I'm going to be sick. And I'm like, oh, crap. So I'm like pulling him. He's in his bed right now. I'm like pulling him out of the bed. We're running down the hall. He's throwing up. It was a disastrous mess. I won't go into details, but I'm screaming for David, like, back up. We need backup. Bathe him. I have to bathe myself. It was just one of those days. That I'm thinking, oh, this could be a night from hell, you know. Get him everything all cleaned up. We get him back in bed. Thank God he didn't throw up in his bed, or that would have been even more of a nightmare. He had an okay night, and he's been fine ever since. Like, no more stomach problems, no more fever. He woke up cool. He's been eating, drinking, like literally nothing. Like, I'm like, kept him home today, of course, because I can't send him to school since he threw up and all that last night and had fever. But he's honestly acting like he's not sick at all. I'm like, how were you that sick yesterday and you're fine? So we have our negative COVID test. We can send him to school tomorrow as long as everything stays the same tonight. So that's my fun saga. And in the middle of all this, I'm going, I've got a video I'm trying to work on and I need to get this up because I know like Saturday is going to be a lunch video. I'm going to do a Sunday chat for Sunday. And I don't want this going up so late. So I'm going to try to get this up for you guys by Friday. Let's hope that happens. But I want to tell you guys about Jen coming because that was my big news. I know a lot of you guessed it. It was so great to have her here. And she got out just in time. She got out just in time. I had to text her. She's in the airport. I'm like, oh, we're taking Nate to get COVID tested. I'm sorry. But thankfully that was negative and all that. So what a wild ride, y'all. And so I am dragging, like, you know, when your kids are sick, you kind of sleep with one eye and ear open. And so I am dragging today. The house looks like a mess. Like, it's been a very long day. So anyway, this is getting too long. If you guys are excited to see more videos with Jen, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Please subscribe if you're new. All of that. And we'll see y'all very soon. Bye.